Hi, church family. Today we're going to talk about disagreements. Proverbs 20, verse 3 says, "It is to one's honor to avoid strife, but every fool is quick to quarrel." So, and if I disagree with something you say or something you're doing, am I a fool? No. If I do bring it up and the conversation does not go well, or perhaps I brought it up in the wrong way, in an insensitive way perhaps, to start a quarrel, and I continue that quarrel and it escalates, yeah, I'm a fool, they're a fool, everybody's a fool. It doesn't accomplish anything, and people spend the rest of their lifetimes not talking to each other because of such a thing. More friendships have probably dissolved over disagreements where both sides are right, there's no discussion, and that's it. It's very tragic. My second verse is Proverbs 29, verse 22. An angry person stirs up conflict, and a hot-tempered person commits many sins. So yeah, you read it in the news all the time. Someone gets into an argument with someone else. They leave the house very agitated. They get in their car. They start driving really aggressively. They're very preoccupied with that argument and how it went and what that implication or implications could be because of that. And they end up getting in a car wreck because they're driving too aggressively. And they take it out on traffic. And someone or some people can end up tragically losing their lives or being maimed or injured. We see this all the time. So what we do have to avoid if we have a disagreement is anger. This is important. We cannot make headway if we just stand there and yell at each other. That's called a parallel conversation. We're both shouting out things at the top of our lungs, but we only hear ourselves. We don't hear what the other person is saying. And so going into a disagreement discussion, the goal should be to do it in such a way that we can have a positive resolution, not to prove that I'm right or you're wrong, because that will not work. We have to preserve the relationship, if at all possible, and still say what we need to say. So the next question is why? Well, if you're a doctor and a friend of mine and you give me a wrong prescription, and it makes me sick, and then I realize that you had given me the wrong prescription, how do I resolve that with my doctor? Can I even trust my doctor after that? It raises lots of questions, right? If you're the coach of a baseball team, I've seen this, and you're coaching 6, 8, 9-year-olds, and you start yelling at one of the kids like this is the big leagues, and they got to go to the bench, and you really rip into a child. You can destroy a child doing that. I saw a coach doing that, and I walked up to him and I asked him to stop, and he started yelling at me, and I just stood there and looked at him and didn't say a word. And eventually he quit yelling and then realized what he was doing, and I just smiled at him, and he walked over to that child and apologized to him, and that resolved the problem. Now, what would have happened if I just kept showing his aggression back at him? Who knows? I mean, that could have turned into a fist fight. So anytime we have disagreements, we need to approach each other with love. It's got to happen from both sides. If it doesn't happen with the person you're addressing, you still need to try and preserve the peace and try and get across that the only reason you're letting them know what you're telling them is because you're concerned that they are doing something incorrectly and they need to fix it. I suppose there could be an argument of, are you right in your conviction that what they're doing is wrong? Well, some things are pretty obvious. We tend to know what's right and wrong, don't we? I mean, it's ingrained in us. God put these things inside of our genetic makeup. I know it's wrong to kill someone. I know it's wrong to bully someone or push someone around. I don't need a law or a rule or a commandment to tell me that. It's just not right. So some of it is inherently there in our makeup. God put that in us. He gave us that moral compass if we choose to use it. And that's the kicker. So the objective of discussing a disagreement should be to find peace, not prove you're right and walk away. That's the bottom line, I guess. So I hope you found this devotional helpful. And God bless you, folks. Please pray for me. I'll pray for you. And I love you, church. Thank you.